I want to take just a minute and talk about paraphrasing. So one of the things, one of the strategies, I guess, to help you paraphrase in a way that makes sense and retains the original information without plagiarizing is to add some distance between the original source and what you end up writing on your project or your paper. So if you think about annotated bibliographies, that's really what they are. You take your original source, you summarize it into an annotated bibliography entry, and then, hopefully, rather than looking at your original source, you look at your annotated bibliography when you go to write your paper. So compare that to writing a post or a paper or project or whatever with your textbook or the article sitting right here and your typewriter, your computer sitting right here. So your source is here, it's filtering through your brain, but you're typing it right on that computer. If you add a layer, so you have your source, now you have your annotated bibliography, you're looking at your annotated bibliography, which is already in your words, and then typing it onto your computer, okay, or your project. Now, if you hate annotated bibliographies as much as I do, one strategy that you might want to do is to, rather than do the annotated bibliography, create your own version of it. So here's what I did when I was working on my, this is some of my information from the my dissertation, because that's my last big project that I've worked on. So when I would read my main articles, I would always go through and make sure I have the main points highlighted. Sometimes I summarize those in the margins, and then I kind of bullet point the basics of this article. That way I can quickly search through, especially when I have multiple articles on the same topic. This information at the top is a lifesaver. Now this one doesn't have that, but a lot of them that I had did. So just kind of bullet point your main reasons for using this article. That's part of your annotated bibliography anyway. But what I did to make it a little more fun for myself, I'm a huge fan of colored markers, especially Sharpies. So what I would do is go through and just summarize this article into my notebook, okay? And these are not color-coded, they were just different colors based on what marker I wanted to use. So I've got an article here, I've got an article here, I've got another article here, and I have just pages of article. They just fit on the page however they work. Some of them I go through and like highlight the really important parts, but what this did is it allowed me to put distance between me and this article. So like the annotated bibliography, I'm hitting the highlights, I'm putting the important stuff here, but I'm putting it into my own words. So when I go to write my paper, I'm looking off of this. Now, sometimes I would have to cheat and go back and get the actual number, percentage or, p-value or whatever from the original article. But that still, that's not a big thing. I mean, you need that accuracy. But this would kind of put a layer in between the two of us. And that way, whenever I actually wrote my paper or write my project, I'm already reading off of my words and not the original author's words. So doing this or some variation of it could be helpful. So if you like to write, you like to journal, you may want to just, instead of bullet points, you could journal. You could, just if you're a typer, you could type it up, you could write it up. I've also been known to make kind of flow charts to help me understand the information, and I have one, and kind of how it relates to other information. So, if you are a drawer or an illustrator, I swear I had one, like this, okay, just kind of mapping it out like that, that can kind of help you wrap your head around it. It accomplishes two things, okay, when you do some variation of the annotated bibliography. First, it puts those layers between the original source and what you write. And second, it helps you make sure that you understand the information. So if you can take what's in this article and you can write it in, make it into a flow chart or, an annotated bibliography variation, then you understand the material. And therefore, when you start writing your paper, your paper is going to be more coherent, be in your own words, and be more understandable because you understand the material a little bit more. Okay, so hopefully this helps. If you have a cool strategy, that you use, like an annotated bibliography variation, let me know. I'd be interested in hearing what everyone uses. All right, have a great day.